everyone. This is Ron, and I'm back with you with another episode of Empire Coins and Collectibles. So what are we going to do today? We're going to actually go through some quarter rolls, and this is a kind of an interesting story. Whoops. Let me get everything together here. This is what keeps dropping off. It is a new roll of quarters. Actually, it's Anime Wong's quarters. My brother gave me just before, well, actually over the Thanksgiving holidays, and I've done nothing with it. Brand new, pristine roll. I'm wondering if I should just put it back and not look at it, or if I should go through it. I need to look to see if there's any errors that have been found on these Anime Wong rolls, and this is probably the D mint. But anyway, that's not what I'm going to go and do the quarter roll search. If you look over here to your right, all right, that would be my right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rolls of quarters. And the whole tray, including this little baggie, came from some friends of ours. My wife has a ladies' luncheon periodically, once a month or so, and they go out and talk. And so one of her lady friends said, oh, we were going through the closet, cleaning out the closets, and we found all these rolls of coins we need to take back to the bank. And of course, Miss Empire says, really? Well, how much do you have? She goes, I don't know, maybe $140, $150. She goes, I'll buy them from you. Because she knew I like to do coin roll searches, and I'm always looking for the unique and the errors. And so she goes, well, let me bring them to you, and we'll just go ahead and make that happen. And they did. And when they brought it in a little baggie, actually a big hard plastic bag. And there was these coins, and I have no idea what's in here, except that there is some silver in this little baggie. We'll look at that a little bit later. But I'm only going to search 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quarter rolls, which they put together. And what am I searching for? Well, the easy part of the search is going to be Victory V75 W mint mark coins. There was, in 2020, there was the great coin search that they inserted into the currency stream quarters that were W mint marks and that had the V75 Privy on the obverse. So we're going to see if we can find any of those in these coin rolls. Not everybody looks for those types of coins. Yes, they're probably going to be a little circulated, but who knows? We might find some that are uncirculated, and we'll add them to our collection. But before we go there, if you could, please like, share, and subscribe, and tell your friends about it. All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to change the desk camera and put it on the coin rolls, and then we'll go ahead, turn the overhead light on, and I will unroll these quarter coin rolls one at a time. And I'm quickly going to go through and see if I can find one of those W mint marks with the Privy quarters. All right, so here we go. So what you're seeing are these rolls. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick out one roll, and we'll open it up. Let me turn this overhead light on so we have plenty of light. All right, that certainly illuminates things. We may not find anything, but of course, if you're not out there looking, you're not finding. And I can already tell that in these coin rolls, there are some brand new quarters. Let me see if I can get them all lined up where they're nice and neat, and we can take a quick look at them. I don't know how those quarter roll hunters or coin roll hunters do this, but when they do it so nicely and deftly, when they open up the coin roll, it just kind of rolls right out. Oh, well, I'm not going to get there, am I? Well, we'll just go through them. So obviously, I know this one is not a V Privy coin because it's one of those normal Washington quarters. So I've got my eye loop, and what we'll do is just quickly go through this as we look for the Privy. And just eye checks, there's nothing on that one. Here's one. We'll see if it's the W mint mark. No, it's the D 220 2022, and it is Voto Dorala Mujer. So vote for women. I believe this is in celebration of the a vote that gave women the right to vote. So kudos for this quarter. That's a great find, and it looks like it is uncirculated. Isn't that a beautiful quarter? That's a recent one. Let's flip it over. Now, what was really interesting is I found an adverse for the, I'm not sure which one it was, Anime Wong maybe, that there was a struck through error, but it apparently damaged the die. And I have 3 of those quarters that I'll be sending in have the same error for the struck through, non-retained struck through. So this is a 2022 quarter and no dice here. I am not getting it centered up. No privy. Okay. So that's 2. And obviously this is a state quarter. So we're not going to check that. We'll just put it over there. What I'll do is I'll check these after I do the coin roll search for other types of errors or varieties. That's a 98. There's not going to be a privy on there. We're looking for actually the 2020 year of minting. And that privy should be right over here if we find the 2020, that's a W mint mark. So that's not the D mint mark. And since I live in the great state of Texas, we should certainly find only D, very few P's in terms of mint marks. Here's a 2006. And I do love the Buffalo quarters here. We have a couple of them, but I'll check it again after we do the coin roll search. This one typically has the crown type error, and I need to check that under the coin just to see. I know what that looks like. I'll do a real quick check on it. So this has not got a privy on it. Let me do a quick check. Nope. And this is obviously a D and not a P. Actually, yeah, it's a D. So no, nothing there. This is another state quarter, Tennessee. Again, I'm going to have to go through all these quarters a second time looking for very specialized varieties and errors. And there's a known variety on this one, the Oregon, where there's extra trees. But obviously this is not a 2020. Here's a P. Oh, that's a promising one. But what is it? Okay, that looks like Massachusetts. There's known varieties on that one. I do like this one. This is Montana. I get a lot of state quarters, and those will be around for quite some time. But will you focus? I do like the look of that quarter. And obviously, nothing really evident here. It's a D as well. Okay. What else do we have? Well, this is the 2022, so no dice right there. I wonder, did any of you do the coin roll searches back in 2020 looking for the West Point mint mark and the D75? Now these, if they were the P variety, have some known double dies around the earring, I believe the mouth. Okay, so this is not one of them. This is New Mexico, another state quarter. It's a nice looking coin, not in really good shape, but I do like the look of the state quarters. This one is a 2020, so we have a chance here. Let's see which one is it. This is in terms of the topic of that. Land and stewardship. Looks like it's a Rockefeller. Let's turn it around. And it's a D mint mark, not a W. Well, that's close, but no cigar, unfortunately. Okay. This is kind of interesting. This is the Maryland State Quarter. I've got books that I filled on these mint state, brilliant uncirculated, right out of coin rolls. There's something right up here I'm going to take a look at. Oh, yeah. This looks like a non-retained struck through error in that wreath right there. So I'm going to set that one aside. That's brilliant. There we go. All right. This one obviously is not 1984 D mint mark. Nothing really special, but I'll have to check the books and see what's going on with it, if anything. Oh, this is a nice one. This is another 2020 Tallgrass Prairie. Tallgrass Prairie. And that does have a W mint mark version of it. Can you focus on that? There it is. 2020. So let's see if it is a W. Nope, I don't think it is. The D mint mark. Too sad. So if it's a W mint mark, that is good. Only the W mint marks will have the V75 Privy. Chances are pretty nil that I'll find one. If I do, that's going to be quite significant because here we are going on now starting 4 years since that competition was put out by the U.S. Mint. Here is a 1965 quarter. Been around for quite a while. And you know, it's kind of interesting. You wonder how many hands this thing passed through. Will you focus? There it is. Liberty and God we trust. Oh, that's too bad. You can see the will of death right there. Coin counters. Too bad. Again, that's probably most of what we'll find here. National Park for Art. Here's another one. 2020. Now, some of these, I believe there are DDRs that they found. Again, I will look through this. What is that? What is that? Mint mark? It is a D mint mark. And of course, you can see up here, that's where the privy would be, V75. Now, this is a gorgeous one. This is Sally Ride. Very, very sad day for the space program. This is wonderful that we would recognize teachers as Sally Ride in this regard. But again, it is not a 2020, the 2022 D. We'll look at that one a little bit later for variations. Now, I do know that on this Wyoming, there's supposed to be a very specific type of error, maybe a DDR to look for. And I will be looking for that. I'll look it up, see what it is, and then see if this coin has it. Nice looking coin though. Here is another Rockefeller, I think. We can get it to focus. There it is. 2020 land stewardship. Beautiful coin. Is it a 2020 with a W mint mark? No, it's a D. Too bad. Getting exciting when you see the 2020. So here's another D. Unfortunately, it's not going to have that V75 Privy on it. And it's in Oregon, of course. Again, there are examples of this where there's extra trees up in there. And this one, whoops, this is a beautiful coin. It's a Theodore Roosevelt 2016. Now I'm going to have to put some of these in my collection. I don't think I've got one of these. Theodore Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt, the trust buster. And this side looks pretty good too. I'll set that one aside. This one looks like it's in excellent condition, like brand new. All right, this is another Rockefeller. And look how shiny that one is. That has not seen any circulation, or it doesn't appear to be. Come on. Can you not focus on this? There it is. 2020. So this is, again, the Rockefeller. Let's flip it over and see if it is a W. No, it's a D. Oh! I am going to set that one aside because that is absolutely gorgeous. Now, this one is the American Samoa, and it is a 2020. It's got the bat and bat child, I guess. I'm not sure how to say that. Bat cub. Is it a cub? And there it is. It's a 2020. Great opportunity. Let's see if that one has the W mint mark and a privy. Actually, I'm surprised as many of the 2020s as I'm finding. It's a D mint mark, so it's not going to have that privy. Okay, so the next one is Florida, and it's not going to be one with the privy. As beautiful as the state of Florida is, I've never really taken to this state quarter. Yeah, it has a lot of things that are important to Florida, but it just, so many of the other states have beautiful renderings that represent them on the state quarter series. This is a regular quarter, and it looks like it is a P. So nothing spectacular about it. We'll just put it down and look at it outside of this coin search. Another P. So it's not the W we're looking for, but it is the Everglades, the Park series. Gorgeous. That's to me more about what Florida's like. This is a D quarter, and obviously it's not going to have the privy, but it's a regular quarter as well. And the last one is another regular quarter. So we struck out on trying to find privies on this first roll. That still is a nice looking quarter there. Maybe a D. Some of these mint marks are very small. That's a P. 1979. All right, let me go back to the, well, actually, before I do, let's look at this one more time. This one is perhaps the biggest find. I don't know if this is a in mint, non-retained struck through. There it is. Now, I would think that if this occurred in the mint, the other side would be pretty flat, wouldn't it? But we can see, if we'll get it back into focus, there it is. So you can see that bulge on this side right there, and then it'll be on this side when we flip it over, and that matches up with that hit. So I'm thinking it's, originally I was thinking it was a struck through error at the mint. I still may send this in, You wonder if it would bulge out like this if it were between two die being minted. In any case, that's really the biggest interesting thing that we found in this first roll of quarters. I'm not going to drag this out. We're going to call the first row done, and then we're going to go back and maybe at a later date. Let me turn this off at a later date and to go through the other 4 rolls. I did enjoy this. I'm hopeful that with these other 4 rolls here that we'll be able to find a 2020 W mint mark with the Privy, but who knows? I think they've been pretty searched out, but we'll see. Listen, you guys take care. I hope to see you in our next episode. And remember, if you're not out there looking, you're not finding. All the best.